Hi everyone, my name is Adesuwa Olanrewaju-Dada. I sell joy for a living. I'm sure you're wondering what that is. I'm an event planner. I curate events and experiences for busy professionals and corporate organizations. My journey into events, I'm laughing because it wasn't something that I prepared for. You know how people would have direction, they'll go to secondary school, come out, go to university, say they want to become doctors, lawyers, and all of those things. That wasn't the case with me. As a matter of fact, I wanted to become a doctor, but wasted many years at home trying to get into Unilag to study medicine. In that process, somebody who knew that I could, get my hands on things just said, it would be great for you to try out events. And I'm like, okay, let's give it a trial. And that was how the journey began. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. I mean, who would think about event planning? Event planning wasn't even really an in thing back then, But yeah, that was just long and short. It wasn't something that I planned out for. I would say event found me. Yeah, there was no direction. I just happened to find myself in the industry. Again, biggest challenge is because it wasn't something that I had thought through. You know how if you want to become a lawyer, you would go to school, study law, go to law school, you'll be called to bar, and then you then begin to look for, a job in that field. In my own case, so I've not even gained admission into the university when I started events. Yes, I started very early, so I didn't have a direction. It wasn't something that my family, like event planning, what are you doing? And then considering the fact that when I started, I wasn't even making money, so my mother thought about like, you're just wasting your life. Everybody around me thought I was just wasting my life. They wanted me to get into the bank. Oh, you're very intelligent, get into banking. Banking was the in thing there. They'll probably give you a car. And then that was the time where if you started working with Access, I think it was Access, they'll probably give you a car. And they're like, get your life together. And I was like, you know what? I already found myself here. I think I just want to settle for this, right? It was a bit challenging because, when people cannot understand what your vision is, they want to talk you out of it. And then because I was dogged and consistent, it felt like I was a rebel. So you can imagine that in an African home, that was really tough. And then when you're doing something and you're doing it consistently and you're not making money, but you're very sure that this is what you really want to do. Because again, I started without having direction, but when I got into it, I knew this was what I wanted to do. Not just for the money's sake, but for impact, right? So one of the biggest challenges would be that people did not accept what I was doing at the beginning phase of my career. It was quite tough, but I pulled through. Plenty moments, not just a moment. Number one, when you tend to do something and do it for long, right, and you are not making money off it, there's a way it will just discourage you. Because again, this wasn't something that I was now doing for hobby. Even though I started it out as maybe child's play, it became something that was fetching me money, right? That was how I got to make my money, do things and all of those things. So not making money consistently off it was very, very discouraging. Not getting clients often was very, very discouraging. Not having that level of, I wouldn't say support now, because it's so funny how that, even though my parents were like, do something else, my mom to be precise, right? She was like, do something else, that is structured. She was very supportive. I remember telling my husband recently how that I wish I could find those pictures where my mom was part of my ushers at an event, right? She was very supportive, but she was like, what are you doing? Look for something structured. So those kind of things can be really, really discouraging, right? Where you have passion for something. Because in my own case, I had passion for it. But again, I didn't understand structure to make it a proper business. So I was just coasting. And because I wasn't making money off it consistently, it was quite discouraging. Slow period. I've come to the fact that this for me is something that I do for impact aside making money, right? First money, I will not come and lie to you. That is just for the impact. First for money, but majorly for the impact, right? I mentor quite a number of people in the industry, and it gives me a lot of joy to also see them, doing great things. So if you find me, I'm constantly training, whether it's with my team members, I'm having one training, or with my mentees, I'm constantly training. And that just gives me a lot of joy. So if I am not actively on event production, I am training. So and that sort of like keeps me going. When my mentees come to me and are like, oh, I made so millions, they're like, go girl, go guy, good for you. It gives me a lot of joy. Yeah. Growth. I'm still growing, but so far, I would say that I am not just getting old, I'm actually growing, and it's something to be proud of. So this is what I mean. A lot of people feel like growth is the passage of time, like, oh, I'm getting old is growth. I'm getting old is not growth. Growth is you can see that you're progressing meaningfully. That's what growth is. You can look back and say, if I decide that I don't want to do events again today, right, like I don't want to be actively involved, I can hand over my business successfully and the business will still thrive. That in itself is something that gives me a lot of joy, right? Seeing the fruits, I won't say see the fruit of my labor, but yeah, that's what it is, right? Seeing fruits that are bound from this is something that gives me great joy. I can conveniently step away from my business and my business will still be standing. That is something that gives me great joy. Being a mother and being an entrepreneur, an event planner, so to say, I like to say that those are two different roles, right? I am always a mother, right? And my work is event planning. That's the work that I do. And so there is nothing like, oh, what's your priority and things like that. It's just how do you balance both? And balance for me would mean that my biggest priority goes to my children because life is in phases and seasons, right? Work can require like structure. I can delegate things at work, but I can't delegate motherhood. And these children would not be children forever, right? And they would never forget the role that I played in their lives. So that for me is the bedrock, right? The foundation with which I do all that I do. I go around a lot with my children. When I just, again, because my first will be 6 this year and my second will be 3. When I started like giving birth to children, that was even the active time, like that was when my business started picking up. So I would go everywhere with my children. I'll go to meetings, I'll go everywhere, I'll go for events. Sometimes I'll back one, I would hold the other, quite tough, but very fulfilling for me because, like I said, you can't just drop your child off, right? There are some certain values that I'm trying to imbibe in my children. And one of them is I also want them to see what I do at work. I want them to understand the concept of work and being responsible. It might look like, oh, they are too small. Oh, would they know? Oh, you are stressing them. The truth is, you're on my back for crying out loud. You are not being stressed, So that is the background. But on the journey, I would say that I'm grateful for support system. Like I'm currently doing this. I have, one of my team members right here in this studio with me. I have my husband out there. So I'm grateful for support system, my team members, I would say that everybody does, team up together to ensure that we are all doing what we're supposed to do, right? The work and wherever it is that they can assist as well with the children, they also help with that while my eyes are still on them at this crucial stage of their life. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Number one, I would say that be very sure that what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. There is something as pushing at the wrong things, and you do not want to succeed at what will eventually fail. So be very sure, right, that what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. I'm a Christian, unashamedly. So I like to wait on God to be sure that, what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do part-time. And good for me is that I also have like great accountability structures, right? So I can, if I feel like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I can run it by my husband and run it by my pastors. And they're like, pray some more, be sure, but I don't think that that's where you should go. And then other times they're like, you know what, just fly, go ahead, that's what you should be doing, you know. So when you know that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, that sort of like rests you, because you know that even if it takes a while, you will eventually succeed at the right thing, right? So that's the first advice that I would give to anyone. Be sure that what you're supposed to do is what, you know, you are actually pushing at, right? That's what you are consistent at. That's what you are bold at. That's what you are audacious about, you know. That would be the number one advice that I would give to anybody. And then when you're at it, you don't sow a seed in the ground and then keep uprooting to check if that seed is already germinated. The moment you bring that seed out of the floor, you have already killed the seed. So in planting, you put the seed in the ground, you keep watering it, you nurture it. That's how you grow things that will last. You know, so if you want to grow things that will last, you need patience to see it through. So in the process of waiting, you know, keep owning your skill, because there's a difference between skill and work, right? So keep owning that skill, keep getting better, you know, and eventually you would bear fruit. You will bear fruits. Know God and do exploits. That's all I'll say. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, thank you. My name is Adesuwa Olanrewaju-Dada again, for those of you who are new here. I look forward to doing this again and again and again and again. Bye.